my strong body instead of just focusing on trying to lose the weight.
Yeah.
Trying to get back to where I was. And even when I decided to start losing the weight, I was like, listen, we're not even going to shoot for the whole 18 pounds. We're going to shoot for 8 to 10. That's
exactly.
It.
Good.
And
good,
then
yeah.
whatever happens, happens. If you lose the 18, you lose it. If you don't, you're fine, because we already know an 8 to 10 pound difference is a significant difference, especially fat versus water.
Yeah.
Like, you know when you've lost fat and you know when you've gained fat because you're fat all over.
Right.
Like it's not just, you know, you know when you've gained fat because you feel heavy.
Yeah.
Like, granted, water, you feel a little bloated and you're a little puffy, but no, when you've gained fat, your breath is a little less. You feel a little more heavy in your bones, and you can feel it in your joints, especially as you're getting older. Like, as you're getting older. So I took the advantage of using that 18 pounds to increase my lifts. Like, I was scared to go up in my deadlifts. It hit a PR of 185 and another PR of 205.
Oh, wow. That's still a lot, though.
And then, like, you know, I also had to recover, and I had to start over somewhat twice because I got COVID back in September.
Oh, wow.
I lost all strength.
Yeah.
Like, I literally had to start back.
Yeah.
I had to start back with lifting, starting back with 20 pounds when I was used to lifting over 150.
Oh, wow.
So I literally had to work my way back up. I was able, one of my goals from the beginning was to be able to do at least 1 to 2 body weight pull-ups. And we know with banded assisted pull-ups, some people need 2 to 3 heavy bands.
Yeah.
Or your extra heavy bands. And before COVID happened, I was onto like 1 medium resistance band. Like, I had to start over with 2 heavy bands and work my way back up. Like, I couldn't even lift over 45 pounds.
Yeah.
And I was like, is this really life?
I know. That COVID has set you back.
It did, but then I had to take an old school approach and stick with the basics. Like, okay, here's what you do. Don't overexert yourself. Stick with the basics.
Exactly.
Even now, taking that approach with that 18 pound weight gain, I'm going to enjoy my strong body. I'm going to enjoy lifting.
Yeah.
Even on the days that I don't have time, I keep it simple. If I'm short on time and need to get a workout in, but I only have 30 to 45 minutes, deadlift, rows, pull-ups. That's it.
Yeah.
And I keep it simple. I keep it simple. I keep it minimalist.
Yeah. You have to.
I keep it minimalist because for so long I was trying to do what everybody else did. Here I am trying to do barbell complexes and a burpee and then a pistol squat and everything else. And I'm like, I don't even got the basics of a regular squat down.
Would you say that in the beginning of your fitness journey, you had a lot of ears? You had a lot of people in your ears?
Not really.
Not really. Okay.
No, because, you know, everybody, like I said, I had time because I was fired. I wasn't planning on going back to work. So I was in the gym, and, you know, in the beginning, I was in the gym almost 3 hours. Now, if I really want a good session, I may spend 2 hours in the gym, but an hour to 45 minutes, an hour to an hour and 45. That's it. I'm not doing no more. I'm not doing no less. And there are some days where I just might just go to the gym and just walk on the treadmill or hit a spin bike. That's it. Hit some rows, hit the heavy bag, or, you know, I'll keep it real simple. But I didn't have a lot of ears in the beginning. It was literally just me and my brother. Like, that's
brother.
it.
Yeah, you
Yep.
said that.
Like, because he was already, he had already moved back home to Florida. So I would call him like, hey, I need help with this. Like, what do I do? And he's like, well, I'm far away. Why don't you just ask one of the staff members?
You wanted him?
Yeah, I'm like, he's like, well, just ask one of the staff members because I'm not here to show you. And that's exactly what I did. I signed up for a personal training session at Planet Fitness where I had my membership. And one of the personal trainers, he didn't have any more clients. So he was like, well, what do you want to do? What do you want to work on? I was like, well, we can do full body. He was like, is there anything specific? I was like, I want to learn how to squat. I want to learn how to use the Smith machine to squat properly.
Yeah.
And he taught me.
Wow.
You know, and I just encourage everybody, if you look for a trainer, that's great. If you want to do it on your own, don't be afraid to ask.
Right.
There's literally no stupid question.
Yeah.
There's no stupid question when it comes to your health.
No.
And even when I went to my primary care doctor, you know, I asked her, I was like, so can I get set up with a nutritionist? And she's like, really? I was like, yeah, because it shows in my chart that I've put on 60 pounds.
Yeah.
And I don't like it. Yeah. And it's okay not to like it. There's a guy that I follow on YouTube, and you may know him. His name is Bricks Fitness.
I know somebody that I follow named Bricks Fit, but she's a female.
Yeah, so his name is Bricks Fitness, and he lost over 150 pounds naturally.
Dang. Wow.
And when I tell you he's jacked, like straight up jacked, and his content is what it is. It's for people who are trying to lose weight and keep it off in the long run. And, you know, a lot of people, men and women, are scared of the loose skin.
That was I was about to ask you. Okay, yeah.
Like they're scared of the loose skin. And I remember he did a Q&A about it, and he was like, well, my girlfriend doesn't mind it, but I don't like it, and I don't have to like it. And he said it. He was like, it doesn't mean I don't love myself. Yeah. It just means this is one part of me I don't like.
You don't like,
and that is fine. You know, true. I feel like now we're in a society where everything is offensive. Everything. And I'm like, oh, y'all would not have survived in the 90s and the 80s. Because especially in the pinnacle and the prime time of Richard Pryor and Bernie Mac, nobody would survive.
They were laying it on them.
Nobody would survive. And I think that's where I'm at, because I'm not easily offended. You know, if you like, I don't know what it's like to live in somebody's shoes because I never looked at it like that. And I can't shove my perception down your throat, because my perception is mine and yours is yours. Yeah. You know, I can't invalidate your feelings, but I can't also invalidate mine either if I haven't experienced what you experienced. I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to let you be heard. And I'm willing to share my experiences as well, but just know that our experiences will be totally different. And when you're easily, and I wouldn't say easily offended, but I would more so say fed up instead of easily offended. Because, you know, when you're constantly hearing negative about you, it gets you to a place of where you're fed up. That's it. It's where the offense turns into, okay, look, I'm tired. Yeah. You know, and I've met people like that. And a lot of my clients, you know, once I started personal training and things like that, I remember my roster at one point was 22, and now I'm down to 3.
You talking now?
Like some day, and And, you know, it's okay because I know that I'm not for everybody. And I know everybody is not for me as well, you know. Does it make me sad? No, because I knew what I was getting into. I knew that I wasn't going to blow up overnight. That's why I tell you, if you're ready to be consistent, I got you. But if you're not, don't come to me until you are. Period, point blank. I'm gonna let it be known up front, because if accountability is what you're looking for, you got the wrong person. I'm gonna hold you accountable, but it's not gonna be in the way that's gonna coddle you. Right. No, it's gonna be in the way that's gonna push you to the next level. And not everybody is ready for that. You know, a lot of times we want this part of accountability. We want the comforting part. We don't want the actual work that goes into being accountable. We don't want the tough love that actually comes with it. We want the comforting part of accountability. And that's okay to give that comfort. But also, even within yourself, we all want that comforting feeling. We all want to know that we've been heard or that somebody has us. But when they actually do have us, to push us to go further and to do better, that's where we tend to draw back, and it starts to feel like a fence.
I know a lot of people that's gonna get mad hearing this. Like
it's okay. It's okay, because it needs to be said. It's not that it's wrong, but it's like, look, you got to pick a struggle. You do. You got to pick a struggle. You can't say you need them. And I hear it so much. I just need the motivation. I just need somebody to motivate me. No, you don't. You got the motivation in you. You just have to do it. Yeah. Nike says it.
Just do it.
Like, everybody has the motivation in us, but we have to look outside of ourselves and step out of fear. And even for myself, there's still some things that I want to do, but I'm like, oh, should I do it? But what if I fail?
What if I fail? Yeah.
Like, if you fail, you fail. You get up.
Yep.
You get up and you start with the different execution plan if the first one didn't work.
Exactly. Because the definition of insanity is to do the same thing, expecting
over and over, expecting the same outcome.
Yeah.
But it's like I'm telling you, I've heard quite a bit, even concerning myself. I've heard you've only had one kid. Okay.
Right.
My body didn't return back to what it looked like before I had a baby.
Right.
So I got something. And even if I have more children, which I would like to, but if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, that's great too.
Yeah.
But if I have more children, like I said, the work doesn't change. The execution does. That's it.
I love that.
The work stays the same. Bodybuilding, come on now. The same exercises that have been out for years, that is just now starting to blow up because of social media. The work hasn't changed. Just the execution plan is different. Steroids are still out there, but so is food. We already know the basics. The basics is eat your vegetables, eat your fruit, drink you some water. But now there are just a few more steps. Make sure you're not as stressed. If you are stressed, start bringing your stress levels down. If you're only sleeping 3-4 hours a night, try to get 6 hours. It's little steps. That's part of the execution plan. The work stays the same. If I know I want to build a wider back, I'm going to do rows. I'm going to do pull-ups.
Yeah.
I'm going to do exercises that are going to target my back. But if I'm not eating properly to rebuild that muscle after I tore it down, I'm not going to see the results. if I start incorporating a little bit more protein, I might see a little bit here and there.
So give me 1 second. I'm sorry. All right. So yeah, I really truly again love the aspect of diving back into the you versus you aspect and mentality that you stress. Like I said, that is again the sole reason behind why I love fitness, because it teaches you that self-discipline, that self like we're going into the self-validation, all of those different aspects and things. Now going into Shanie's personal life, or let's say the moments in your life where you feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. You know what I'm saying? You may not feel like getting out of bed that day. You may feel depressed. You may feel like giving up. What would be the top 3 things that you say you hold on to when you're feeling, when those moments come? What would be those 3 things that you call to mind, or 3 things that you constantly repeat or look to when you have those moments of giving up, of just throwing in the towel?
I've actually had those moments recently. Anybody out there that has a teenager, it's not for the weak. It ain't for the weak at all, especially with these new age kids. It ain't for the weak. It ain't for the weak. If you got a teenager, my heart goes out to you, because I am in the same boat. I've been ready to call. I've been ready to check myself in. Like, and I can't even lie. Some of the habits that I quit, I've been fighting myself to pick them back up. Like drinking. Drinking is a habit that I completely stopped. And dealing with the teenager and everything else, I'm like, okay, I might need a drink, but I don't even like the way alcohol tastes anymore. So I'm like, okay, we got to find other avenues, because this ain't it. I used to be a smoker. Haven't smoked since I was 23.
Wow.
And I'm like, there's a dispensary down the street. And I'm like, okay, we're not gonna do that neither. We're gonna find a different outlet. And honestly, for me, I don't even have a top 3. Look, if I don't want to get out of bed, I don't.
Wow, I love that.
I don't.
I love it.
I don't. Wow. Like, I'll get up and I may straighten up the house, but there's a reason. Because if my body is tired, I'm gonna rest. And I've never been an advocate of push yourself. Yeah, I'm an advocate of pushing yourself, but it's like sometimes that pushing yourself can be a little bit too extreme, to where you don't rest and you ignore it because you have the I just have to do it. I have to get it done. Not necessarily. And I only say that because when you train with intention, you don't have to. You don't have to. You still go hard, but you don't have to go the extra mile unless you actually want to. And I am an advocate for resting. If you don't want to work out, don't. If you don't want to work out that day, don't. I told you I'm a sleeper, and even if I don't sleep, I will rest my body.
Yeah,
I will. I will rest my body. On the days that I feel like giving up, I feel what I need to feel.
Yeah.
You know, I'll ask myself, okay, why do we feel like we're giving up? And it may just be one pointed situation, or it could be a couple of them. So then I ask myself, okay, what are we going to do about it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Even though I know tomorrow's not promised, but I only have 24 hours.
Exactly. Yeah.
To deal with the day that I'm in.
Yeah.
I can't think about the next 24 hours or the next 24 hours. No, you deal with what you need to deal with right now. And then if you're blessed to make it to the next day,
then we deal with that.
Then you start dealing with it. But I'm an advocate for rest. I don't care what it looks like. And a lot of times, if you're physically tired, you're emotionally tired, you're mentally tired and you're spiritually tired.
Yeah.
Like, you need rest. You need rest. You do. And it doesn't necessarily have to mean sleep. You know, you could just take a minute to breathe.
True.
You can take a minute to just sit down and close your eyes, exhale, you know, just take a minute, lay down, rest your body. It'll bring it brings clarity.
It brings clarity.
And even if you just go outside and sit in the grass, like, you know, just enjoy the surroundings around you. I went to Las Vegas last year, and me and my daughter, we were in Carson City with her godmom, and I got to go to Lake Tahoe.
Oh, wow.
I went to Southern Lake Tahoe. So there's two parts of Lake Tahoe. So Northern Lake Tahoe is on the San Francisco border.
Yeah.
And Southern Lake Tahoe is on the Sacramento border. So there was a lake by the hotel we were staying at, and I went in that lake. My daughter was playing in the water and everything, and that was the first time I was actually able to breathe. And I just cried. I cried because of everything that was just weighing on me. I cried. I let it out in that lake. And to feel that and release that, it just felt like a weight was lifted off of my shoulders. Like, I could literally feel the stress leaving my body. And then I cried some more. And then I cried more. Like, you know, I allowed myself to feel what I needed to feel, because in that moment I was at a point of throwing in the towel and like, you know what, screw everything. And even recently, I've had so much on my plate and so much dealing. I'm like, something has got to give. Something has got to give. And I would like to get a handle on it before my body starts shutting down. Yeah. It makes me rest. Yeah. And, you know, the go hard or go home mentality, that's great. It is. It can do wonders for you. But if you're not in that place, go home. Don't even go hard. Go home.
I agree.
Go home. Go home and rest.
I agree. Because that rest can be what makes you go hard.
Yep. Yeah. Go home and rest. Go home and rest.
I love it.
So I can't really give you a top 3, but you know, feel what you need to feel. Rest. And you start with today instead of tomorrow. Start with today.
That was better than the top 3. Just to be honest with you, to be honest with you, that was way better than the top 3. Like, that was exactly, I agree with that 100%. Like, you know, it's, I don't believe in beating the horse, you know what I'm saying? But a horse that loves the race, when it races, it's going to beat all of them because it's ready. So I agree with that 110,000%. You know what I'm saying? That aspect of again, I think you probably froze. Yep, you done froze. Let me make sure. Hold on, I'll start back talking when they come back in. But then froze up again. I don't know why it's going.
Okay.
There we go. It's back. Okay, there we go. I'm sorry. Wait, did you say something? Because I want to miss it.
No, I'm good.
You sure?
But no, like you said, with beating the horse, you know?
Exactly. It's that whole principle.
It's like, I know. And it's like, it's so much to unpack, even though we have so little time.
I know. We could chop it up outside of this, but it's just like, it's the mentality of, like you said, knowing what you need at that time, because again, we only have so little time in a day. So why stress about tomorrow? Why also stress about what happened yesterday? Use what you have today. and put that put that on display and deal with it in that moment, because no one's promised tomorrow. So I'm thinking like this every day on the day. Like I'm always contemplating this. So when you said that, it resonated with me in that aspect. And it actually brings me to my second to last question in regards to your content. Because as you're talking, I realize that that's exactly what you display on your content. Your content is a lot like what you're saying. It's a stress-free content. You don't look like you stressed at all in your content. Like, even though you've shared. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I've made up in my mind that I'm not about to let nothing or nobody stress me out, including my own children.
Wow.
I'm just not. I don't have the capacity to do it. I don't have, because I've been living in a stress state for so long. Like, when you've been in survival mode for so long and you finally get to a place of where you're like, you know what? This is stopping. And I don't care who likes it. I don't care who doesn't like it. Like, at the end of the day, when I die, yeah, you might cry, shed a couple tears, but your life is going to go on. That's it. That tomorrow after my service, if I even have one, you're going to go on about your life. Yeah, you may shed a couple tears in that process, but you're going to go on about your life. You're going to move on just that quickly. There's always that meme that goes around. Do what you do today, I believe, because your job will replace you tomorrow.
Facts.
Like, if you die today, your job is already looking for your replacement.
Facts.
So, if you want to live a stress-free life, is it easy getting to that point? Oh no. Not even close. It was, it took me till I was 29, 29 to say, you know what? I'm not letting anything or anyone stress me out, including my own children. I love them dearly, but you're not about to drive me to my grave early.
Right, exactly.
That's what you're not going to do. I don't want to be 30 having a stroke due to chronic stress.
The chronic stress, yeah.
I don't want to be 31 having heart issues due to chronic stress. Stress is a part of health. Stress is a part of your physical health. You know, like you said, this is a lifestyle, and the bigger picture is overall health, not just what's displayed on the outside. And when it comes to my content, you know, I remember when I first started my page, I was like, okay, now I'm not very tech savvy.
Yeah.
I am not tech savvy at all. I remember when, oh goodness, I think it took me about 4 years when MySpace came out to transition from Black Planet to MySpace.
Oh man, it took you 4 years?
Yeah, because I didn't, like, even when Black Planet came out, I didn't know how to make the little fallen letters and code them and everything. I'm like, well, how do you do it?
You did have the code. You had to copy and paste
I couldn't even do that.
Yeah.
And then when I figured it out, it was like 6 months too late. Everybody moving over to MySpace. And I was like, I just figured it out. Wait, don't leave me. You know? So it just lets you know, if you don't keep up, you're going to get left behind. But at the same time, who are you really keeping up with and why?
Yeah.
What you need to keep up with for. So when TikTok came out, and I'm still learning how to do TikTok. I got some clips in my phone.
I see.
I'm about to play with this iMovie.
Oh,
because there's a song that I like that just was remade, and the breakdown part of the song is like, this will make a dope video. Like, I don't even want it for the views. I want it for me. Like, now, if it happens to go viral, thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't...
Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Hey, auntie. I love you, Auntie. I'm on an interview. I'm sorry. No, you all good. No, you all good, Auntie. Oh, okay. Well, no, I'm gonna definitely make sure I at least say I love y'all. But the COVID thing, I love you too, Auntie. I didn't mind my whole family here.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. My aunt just texted me and asked if I was done yet.
Oh.